Hi, hi Aquarius, welcome to your week ahead Taroscope with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, my readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant signs. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Aquarius, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they speak to you. With that said, if you are a continued subby, you know Rafi loves you. And if you are new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit that subscribe button. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my deck of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for our key to the week this week, we have the Star card. Aquarius, you wonderful creature, you, my sun sign brothers and sisters. This week you are all up in your own energy and feels. Why? Because the Star card is you. It is Aquarius ruled. So this week you might find that you feel more like yourself than you have in a long time, right? This always suggests that in some way, shape or form, you are expressing yourself as clearly as you possibly can, and you are feeling as aligned as you possibly can with who you are, what you're about, and how you want to present yourself to the world. Now, that being said, this card always gives us a glimpse into that nebulous place that we're all aware of, that we're always all thinking about, the future. It suggests that you always get a glimpse. So I say to people when this card shows up, pay attention to what comes up for you at the moment, because it suggests that this is what you're getting more of. And because this card is the one that follows the Tower, it usually suggests that you've been through it, right? You've had your challenges, you've had your issues, but you've come through them. You've come through them stronger, more balanced, more aware of a sense of yourself in some way, shape or form. For your actions and options, you have the Two of Pentacles. So there are decisions to be made this week. It does look like there's new information coming in for you that's going to help you decide. So this week it looks like you're focused on your money, your finances, getting ahead when it comes to your material life. Remember, this card is also about expansion. But it's not the kind of expansion of like, yes, just make it bigger and do it right now. The Two of Pentacles is Jupiter in the sign of Capricorn. It gives its blessings slowly. It takes its time to say, okay, how can I savor this? How can I get the most out of it? How is it that I really make this work for myself in a way that is grounded and practical and long lasting? I really like this, but yeah, it does suggest on the material plane, when it comes to your money, your finances, your resources, there are big decisions being made this week, and it looks like you're really looking ahead to ask yourself, what do I need to do in the here and now to make things better for myself going forward? When it comes to your communications and conversations, you have the Queen of Wands. So this can be about sometimes having to set firm boundaries. The fact that it comes underneath the Star card, though, I really like this. This could be you in some way, shape or form being presented to the world. This could see you having some new say on how people receive you, how people take you on board, how people resonate with you. It suggests that you've got something to share with the world. There's a boldness and a bravery and a feisty sort of sensual, sexy energy that comes through with this card. There's a playfulness with all of the fire sign energy that comes through, and this card is basically saying to you, when it comes to your communications, especially online in the digital sphere, with friends, with people that can help you get ahead, benefactors, etc., this is a week to reach out, connect with people. This is a week to redefine yourself. And when I say redefine yourself, that's never an overnight process. It's not just a, well, yeah, this is who I am now. It's a process of that person unfolding and becoming. And this week you could have a glimpse into who you're going to be and how people are going to receive that new version of you that is emerging. When it comes to those of you that work for somebody else, now, slightly different, because obviously the Queen of Wands is the boundary, right? She is where you have to be more assertive, where you need to find more courage and passion. But because you've got that Star card infusing its energy into this, it basically says wherever it is that you have to check a bitch, it might not be so harsh, and it may be, you know, better received than you expect. Another way that this could show up for those of you that work for yourselves, business owners, entrepreneurs, This could be you starting to understand how to differentiate yourself in your niche, how to differentiate yourself from the crowd. How do I demonstrate what is unique about who I truly am? You're an Aquarius to start with, so you're already pretty unique, but this is about you saying, okay, I don't want to be lost in the soup. I want to be defined as who I actually am, being true to yourself in a new way, in a new sense of what those words actually mean. For those of you that are retired or no longer working for any reason, this is really asking you not only what you want to do with your time, but what do you actually want to be remembered for? What do you want people to think of when they think of you? And this goes for all Aquarians, but especially for you, you know, this is a good time to be asking this question. What do you want people to know you for? This is a time to get very specific about those things, to really start to clearly define them and to be authentically that. For your money and materials, all right, so we've got the Five of Pentacles. Not a great week for finances. This is underneath the Two of Pentacles though. So this is you basically saying, okay, you know what, bills are paid, all things are covered, so I'm not so worried. It also does suggest as well, though, that in the long term, you are trying to figure out, right, how do I make more money? How do I bring more money in? How do I fund the expansion or the growth that I want to do is going to require resources. How do I make them? Well, it's going to be through the people that you know, finding ways to expand what you do, expanding your network, you know, reaching out to people is going to be vital at this time. For your physical health and vitality, this is going to be your neck, your throat, your voice especially, and your lower part of your jaw. All of this stuff, look after this week, especially if you work with your voice like me. As well, when my voice started going at the beginning of the video, I was like, oh hell no, we are not here for this. When it comes to your home and environment, it looks like some of you will be changing this relatively soon. We know this. Come up for a lot of you. For those of you that are working on the home at the moment to change the home in some way, shape or form, this week it might just take more of your money than you expected, and so therefore you're kind of like, oh, you know what, this is costing me right now, but it's an investment. And I've seen this energy quite a lot this week, so it looks like a lot of people are spending money that they either didn't want to spend, or maybe money that they don't really, that they have to spend but don't have to spend, if that makes sense. Maybe you're having to dip into your savings, maybe you're having to fund something from your emergency fund, and it's like, oh, you know, I feel really uneasy about doing this, but it's a worthy investment for whatever your future plans are. And then finally, for your love and relations, you have the Wheel of Fortune. So a Sagittarius person may feature for you. A person from a foreign culture might feature for you. Because they come up as the Queen of Wands, you know, whether they're a man or a woman, this suggests that this is someone that's fiery, passionate, vibrant, somebody that's energetic, somebody that's sexy and sensual. But because you've got the Star card there, this could be somebody that's either from a very different background to you or a foreign culture, maybe somebody that's from a different country, maybe a different religion, maybe even from like a different political sort of ideology. It's definitely possible. It's the Wheel of Fortune, right, which is Jupiter ruled. Now, that being said, for those of you that are single, yes, I like this week for meeting someone. I do have to say, it looks like there may currently, not in the grand scheme of things, but currently there might be a bit of a pay disparity. They might earn more than you. And I know for a lot of Aquarians, like, we're not really fussed about the money, to be honest with you, most of the time. Like, I'm getting a lot more sort of focused with it now, but most Aquarians, they're not really fussed about the money. So it's like, that doesn't really impress us. Like, what's in here and in here, that's what's impressive to us. But this feels like it's slightly uncomfortable. Like, you might be a bit like, oh, I don't know if I can afford this dinner, but I'm not going to let anyone know. You know, it might be one of those things. Or maybe this person is just really overly generous and is always the first person to reach for their wallet. That can sometimes make Aquarian people uncomfortable, because it's like, okay, you know, I have money too. I'm not broke. But yeah, you know, don't get all in here about it, I guess is what I'm trying to say. For those of you that are in partnerships, relationships, long-term relationships or marriages, this is really nice. Now, You got the Five of Pentacles here, and you've got the Queen of Wands, which suggests if you are in a relationship, something about the money is going to cause need for a conversation this week. So maybe you don't agree with how the partner is spending, maybe they don't agree with how you're spending, maybe something that you're agreeing to spend money on, but the amount doesn't feel right to you. There's something here that will be coming up for review. But either which way, single or partnered, it's the Wheel of Fortune, which always suggests good luck or change in some way, shape or form. This is great. And I actually think it will be a really nice week all in all. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Let me know in the comments how it shapes out. Take care, and I'll see you soon.